let me put this very bluntly to you. You hate your job. And the reason why you know this is because you'll take PTO on a Friday and a Monday just so you can sandwich in 4 days of vacation. You've been dreaming about having the next 3 months off just so you can do nothing and recover and recoup from the last 10 years that you've been going nonstop. You feel like at any moment you could just crash out, and who's going to pick up the work that you have to do? And every so often you start to remember that little business idea in the back of your head. And you think about how nice it would be to actually own your own business and to be able to wake up when you needed to, take care of business when you needed to, go to the bank, go to the grocery store, go on a vacation in the middle of the week, while also still getting paid and giving God the glory and the honor and the praise that He is due through your work. But as you start to think about building this business, you think about how far off it might be. You start to get scared because you feel like your job is the provider. You feel like if you don't have a steady paycheck coming in, then how are you going to pay the bills? How are you going to pay insurance? How are you going to get benefits? How are you going to get dental and vision and 401ks and all of these things? Much less, you're trying to figure out how are you even going to get to the place where you can even gain clients and customers in your business, even if you wanted to start the business for real. So today we're going to talk about exactly how you can gain new clients in your business. And kicker, you actually are already doing the work as a corporate girly and as a corporate guy. I don't know what the term is, but you're already doing the work that is necessary for you to actually gain clients. So let's go ahead and break it down. So y'all already know, we're not wasting time. You already know who I am. I know who you are. By God's grace, we're all in here. Get in, get a pen, sit down. So the process of gaining clients is actually a lot simpler than you think. It's very similar to the process of getting a job. So when you're getting a job, you go in for the interview, you talk with the manager, and they decide whether or not they want to hire you. Well, when it comes to business, the same exact process takes place. You speak with your client, or you speak with the owner of the business or someone who's in decision-making authority positions. And after having a conversation with them about whatever it is that you converse about, they make a decision as to whether or not they want you to be their provider or their vendor. They make a decision about whether or not they want to work with you. Now, when it comes to starting a business versus working in corporate, when you're working in corporate, you have one job, one paycheck, that's it. But imagine, by God's grace and with the leading of the Holy Spirit, what it would look like if you were to gain that salary times 10 as a business owner. Because once you are able to solidify the process of gaining clients, your income is technically unlimited. So here are the 3 components that you need to be remembering when it comes to gaining clients. It's very simple, and once you become an expert in these 3 principles, I believe that you are going to be very successful, and it's going to give God all of the glory because He's the one who gave us all this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Number 1, when a new client meets with you, they want to know about your history. They want to know where you came from, what your background is. And I mean, if you're in business, I've had to go all the way down the rabbit hole sometimes. I've had to tell people I was born here, this is what I was doing in my childhood, so on and so forth. And the reason why you're telling people about your history is because they want to begin to build trust with you. You got to understand, you've been living life all these 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years. You have to catch them up to where you are right now. Think about it from the perspective of your family members. Your family members, they have been known you since you were a little EYT thing, right? And so if they ever needed something, they are more likely to trust you because when they think about you, they're going to be thinking about all of the history that they've had with you. And so in the same way, you want to catch your clients up to that same place-ish to where a family member would remember all of the history that they have with you and all of the reasons why they should trust you and why you are actually a viable solution for working with them. So you can tell people about places that you have worked in the past. You can share with them even personal things about, if you were, let's say, a military kid and you moved around a lot, or if you lived in different countries, share about that. You want to share about your life. Tell them a 1-minute snippet about what your life has been from day one all the way up until now, with Jesus Christ in the center. And go ahead and sprinkle some Jesus in there all up and through so we can be about our Father's business, okay? The next thing that you want to share, number 2, is your experience. So this is where you're going to be very direct and very streamlined and give them the 1, 2, 3 ABC about the experience that you have and share with them exactly why you can help them as an entrepreneur or as a contractor or however you're going to present yourself. Now remember, usually when you're talking about your experience, this is something that you talk about in an interview process, right? When you're getting a corporate job. But now you want to take that same concept, flip it, and now as an entrepreneur, you're going to be telling your potential clients about the experience of the company, how the company has worked on ABC 1, 2, 3. If the Lord releases you to tell your potential clients what kind of past clients or previous clients you've worked with before, do that to showcase your work, to showcase your portfolio of what you've done in the past. And listen, if you're not able to showcase a portfolio, you want to give your clients solutions that they can take away as action points immediately after they leave that meeting. An example of this might be if you were an accountant, let's just say, and you can't really show people tangibly that you've worked on 100,000 tax returns in the past. Number 1, that's not safe. And number 2, that would take a lot of time. But if you can tell your potential clients a piece of actionable advice that they could use that day, then I believe that you have done a better job to communicate the level of experience that you have as a CPA. Maybe you tell that potential client that if they were to tweak a few things in their business financial portfolio, they'll be able to save hundreds of thousands of dollars very quickly, okay? So the number 2 thing that you want to share with people is your experience. You want to just share with them your portfolio. Tell them what you've done. Tell them, yes, I can actually get the job done. And then number 3, after you tell them your history, you tell them your experience, the number 3 thing that you need to do is be very blunt, be very direct. This is how I can help you. If you work with me, I will help you go from point A to point B with Jesus Christ in the center, okay? You want to be very, very, very specific. And I believe this puts you in a position where you are set up to win, because who wouldn't want to work with somebody who they already know their history, they already know the experience that you have, and now you're telling them exactly how you're going to help them. Why would they not want to choose you? Now, and even if they don't choose you, that's completely fine. You've done your due diligence and you can walk away from that meeting knowing that you're fully qualified, knowing that you're going and moving on to the next client who is more likely, who could potentially say yes, right? But these are the 3 things that people are looking for. Y'all, let's not reinvent the wheel. The difference between being a corporate girly and working in corporate versus working as an entrepreneur, it's not different. You're essentially working with people, and people want to know at some level these 3 things. And so once you're able to, by God's grace, master all of these things, and you're able to communicate this to your potential clients, you are positioning yourself to win clients on repeat. Now, if you want a full breakdown on our exact system on how you can gain clients without social media, without ads, without a website, without all of that extra stuff, there is a resource down below in the description for you, which will teach you exactly how to start your business and how to start gaining clients now, okay? Without wasting any more time. Because I don't want you to feel like you are burdened and oppressed and stressed in that job any longer. I have spent way too many years working in corporate, wasting my time, wasting the energy, wasting the gifting and the calling that God has given me, when I could have been in entrepreneurship and I could have changed my life a lot faster with Jesus in the center. My testimony is I went from working in corporate America, hating the job, being stressed, depressed, all of the things, and really in less than 90 days, God allowed me to go from working in corporate to having a full-time job just by using the simple strategies that I have shared with you in the link down below. So I pray that this video was helpful for you. Be sure to do the thumbs up, subscribe, and then share this with your work bestie, because both of y'all might be quitting y'all jobs together, okay? I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.